Jadon Sancho in a good position, though. What a save that is from Alexander Bobek, and Bert Rieser lets him know. We're looking to make amends in today's episode of the Redmont Rangers Road to Glory career mode. We've got 3 games to get to as usual. One of them, though, I've decided is going to be a rematch. So here we have got Nottingham Forest in the league to take on first of all, and then a game against Spurs also in the league. It's this fixture that I'm eyeing up most, though. Manchester United away. We did travel to Old Trafford earlier in the season and we were soundly beaten 4-0. I want revenge for that particular result in today's episode. It's a Carabao Cup game and it is a quarter-final matchup. So if we do manage to get revenge on Manchester United, we will progress to the semi-finals. The other fixtures you can see there, Burnley versus Aston Villa, Spurs versus Arsenal, so North London derby in the quarter-finals, and then Swansea versus Everton. So really, beyond Spurs versus Arsenal, there's not a massive amount of really stellar competition left in the competition. So I kind of fancy our chances to get a trophy this season. Is that crazy to say at this stage? First season in the Premiership. I kind of fancy us to get a trophy. We'll see. First we have to deal with Manchester United, and before that we have to deal with Nottingham Forest. So that means going out with a 3-1-4-2 for this particular game and quick simming after a press conference. We will check out the Nottingham Forest lineup as well, just to see how they've developed and progressed through these 5 seasons. See what their squad is looking like. And see if they've got any players that are still on the team in real life. So they have Mendy in goal, Nico Williams at right back, McKenna at centre back are both Nottingham Forest players. Andrew Omabomodele, I think, is playing at the back. Again, that position tends to be a little bit awkward. You can't tell if they're a CDM or another centre back, but I think he must be another centre back. Sangare is still there, Hudson-Odoi is still there, and then a couple of new faces, including Conor Gallagher in the centre of midfield. So it will be a 3-1-4-2 at Redmont Arena versus Nottingham Forest. And we do manage to get a draw, which I don't hate at all. A bit of a frantic end to the game with Josh Sargent grabbing the equaliser after Kovacevic put Nottingham Forest ahead. Hudson-Odoi and Sargent again with goals in the first half there. So not a bad start to the episode at all. A point on the board. We are just looking to stay in the Premier League this year. And every point on the board obviously takes us closer and closer to that. So I don't hate a draw against Nottingham Forest at all. I think it's going to be a much more difficult game against Spurs, though. I believe we are away against Spurs, which makes it all the more difficult. And we actually have a couple of players ready to change their positions in the youth academy. So Jake Walters is just switching to a wing back. His overall remains the same. Owen Dalton is dropping back to a centre midfield position, and his overall actually increases by 3. So 5-star, 5-star, only medium work rates, possibly 0 play styles, but he's up to a 64 at just 16 years of age. So we did go over. Bert Rieser's unhappy. Not getting games is starting to damage his career. I just started you, Bert Rieser. So I'm a little confused by that. He's been playing a lot this year, and he played in the last game. So why he's handing in a transfer request, I am not too sure. However, I mean, I guess we can facilitate that. Bournemouth want him for 5.8 million. I'd rather not sell him to a Premier League rival. Oh, I'm sad that Bert Rieser wants out. Can I offer him a new contract? I would be happy to do that. I mean, he's not unhappy with his contract at the moment. And we have recently negotiated a new contract with him, so we're not going to be able to do that. So, unfortunately, it does look like Bert Rieser is going to be leaving in January. Crystal Palace I could potentially accept an offer from. I'm not going to start the offer at 9 million. That's a little much. But we'll negotiate with Crystal Palace at the very least. I know I said I didn't want to sell him to a rival, and actually Mallorca would be a much better destination for us. It's only worth 4.4 million, and they're giving us 5.7, so I'm just going to straight up accept that one. He's been a good player for us, Burke Reesa, so unfortunate that he wants out, but that's the ultimatum that he's given us. I think he is going to have to continue to play for us, despite the fact that he is unhappy with his current role for some reason. Alex Lowry can come into the team. I think I actually want to go with a 5-2-3 for this particular matchup against Spurs. That should set us up a little bit better in terms of the players that I want to get into the side, like Alex Lowry and like Ismaila Sarr, if I can find him. So this is the way we'll line up against Spurs. Key, Taylor, Cartwright, Armstrong, Mumba, Caceres, Lowry, Petit, Sargent and Sarr. Pretty much our strongest 11 in this particular formation at least. We'll put Tavide on the bench for this one as well. And again, I'd be happy with a draw here. Spurs have Ramiro in goal, Bar, Arroyo, Oxford. Destiny Udogie is still at Spurs. Kimmich, Aslani Moreno, Brennan Johnson, Ansu Fati and Ekitike up front. So a very, very different Tottenham team to the one that we see in real life at the moment. And we lose 2-0, unfortunately. Brennan Johnson and Ansu Fati with the goals. I don't think we can complain too much about that. It's always going to be a difficult task to go to Spurs and get a result. Team morale looking perilously low at the moment, so we're going to have to try and turn some of these fixtures around. I mean, I don't think we're doing too badly at the moment. I think we're having a good season for our first ever in the Premiership. Alex Lowry, although he was suspended for a game recently by Hans Newman, he is not on the He is on the transfer list. Okay, so we do need to also accept an offer for Alex Lowry. So that's 2 players that are going to be leaving in January, which is less than ideal. And we have a game against Manchester United that we need to somehow find a way to win here. We also don't really have a particularly strong 11 to send out for this game. I'm going to go with the 3-1-4-2. This was... Well, we played a 5-2-3 against Manchester United last time out, and they absolutely demolished us 4-0. So we're going to try a change of tactics. We're going to try a change of approach. Onana, Gusto Martinez, Zubeldia, Fran Garcia, Van der Beek, Bo Villa, Diallo, that is on the right, Garnacho and Højlund. So a fairly similar 11 to the one that they played in that previous game against us in the league.
We're now ready for questions.
But we're going to go with a different approach. We're going to try and attack. We're not just going to sit back and defend this time. We're going to try and impose ourselves on the game a little bit and try and take the fixture to Manchester United and try and get a result that way. So, do we run out in the third kit? I don't think we do. I think we just go with the white against Manchester United. We still haven't debuted the third kit just yet, but I still don't think it's time. I think the white is a more appropriate option. An 8 PM matchup in the Carabao Cup, the quarter-finals at Old Trafford against Manchester United. If we're going to get a trophy, this is the one that we're going to get. So we're going to have to take a much, much different approach in this game. We allowed Manchester United to play last time, and they did play. And they ran out 4-0 winners. So Samson Tavide and Josh Sargent up front today. Alex Petit in an unusual and probably to some extent uncomfortable role at left wing back. Great start to the game by Caleb Taylor. Gives the ball straight to Manchester United. Burke Rieser can't make the challenge. Jesse Cartwright comes across. Burke Rieser does steal the ball away from Hoyland, but gives it straight back. Caceres Jr. puts in a challenge and a good one. Manchester United hold on to the ball, fire towards the top corner, and it is over. Not a good start to the game. Not a good start by any means. Burke Rieser once more. Manchester United marking our players tightly up the field though. Caceres Jr. skips away from a challenge. Alex Lowry out to Jamie Shackleton. And Alex Petit had made a good run there. I just couldn't quite find the space to find him though. Caleb Taylor picks up the ball. Doesn't really have any options ahead of him, so he just has to turn back to Caceres Jr. And there's Alex Lowry. Josh Sargent. And Lowry can't find him. So Alex Lowry and Burke Rieser both on the way out in January. So we're going to have to make a couple of signings to replace those players. We certainly can't afford really to lose either of those positions. Great play on the right hand side. Alex Lowry into the box. Josh Sargent is there, can't quite find the ball at his feet from that Alex Lowry pass. We can't really afford to lose a centre midfielder and a centre back. We can't really afford to lose either of them, but we apparently are losing both. And again, I'm not really sure why. Burke Rieser's played often. Alex Lowry's played fairly often. But they're not playing a big enough role to satisfy them. Apparently, Josh Key away on the right-hand side. Alex Petit, really good space on the left. Josh Key manages to find him. Jamie Shackleton on the edge of the box. Can he find Alex Lowry? He can, but the header drops harmlessly to Onana. Decent start to the game. We had a shaky opening couple of minutes, but since then we have done exactly what we've set out to do. Impose ourselves on this game a little bit. We are going to leave ourselves exposed in behind with just the three defenders. And Josh Key and Alex Petit playing far higher up the field. He's going to be offside. I wanted the ball through to Josh Sargent there. So we're going to have to try and make our opportunities count when we get there. And we're just going to have to ride our luck a little bit defensively, to be honest. I don't imagine we're going to be able to shut Manchester United out completely. They are going to have opportunities in the game, I would imagine. So we're just going to have to ride our luck and just hope that they can't take advantage of those opportunities. Caceres Jr. works it wide to Burke Rieser. We've been finding ourselves in these positions, the ball at the feet of our centre-backs, but no options ahead of them. Alex Petit puts it in. Samson Davide is in there and he opens the scoring. Redmont Rangers lead 1-0. And that is almost from nothing. The ball worked from the back line wide to Alex Petit. He puts a ball into the box and it looked for a moment as if the Manchester United defender was going to be able to deal with it. Let's take another look at that. It looks like, is that Martinez? There's two Manchester United defenders in the area. Neither of them dealt with it. The ball fell to Samson Davide and he obliged by putting it in the back of the net. It's 1-0 Redmont Rangers unexpectedly. A cross that you really think the Manchester United should have been able to deal with. So 1-0 Redmont Rangers. Not really against the run of play, I wouldn't say. It was more just the opportunity in isolation itself that was surprising. Two Manchester United defenders in the area, neither of them dealt with it. Manchester United trying to get back level immediately. Josh Key allows the wide man into the box. Fran Garcia, it was the left back. Ultimately, the cross goes harmlessly into the side netting there, but We'll have to shape up a little bit defensively here. Of course, we do have our defensive game plan really poor. Caleb Taylor's given the ball away on a couple of occasions already today, inviting pressure. Alexander Bobek holds on to the ball well. We do have our defensive game plan that we can fall into, just to try and protect our lead. Jamie Shackleton, really well done to skip away from the Manchester United defender. Josh Key over on the right-hand side. Josh Sargent's inside him. Can't find him. We will just need to make sure players are in position on this particular game plan. Alex Lowry is going to be playing wing-back, which is even less than ideal than him playing that left midfield role. We should be okay though. I think he's going to be able to defend competently enough, I think, Alex Petit, and he will have players in front of him, you know, to help. He won't be completely isolated and alone. Caleb Taylor comes across well to deal with that. Alexander Bobek is just going to spread the ball wide to Josh Key if he can find him, which he can't. Josh Sargent chasing it down though. Jamie Shackleton comes across to press, and the ball falls to his feet and he hits it out for a throw-in. I'm just going to rearrange the team slightly. I should have done this before the game, really. Oh, so actually it's perfect. No need. It seemed as if there are a couple players just out of position for a moment. Caleb Taylor coming over to the left-hand side. I thought maybe Jamie Shackleton and Caceres Jr. were just switched in the centre of midfield there as well. Samson Tavide steals the ball away, and he's driving towards the Manchester United penalty area. Pulls it back to Josh Sargent on the edge. There's Jamie Shackleton. There's Caceres Jr. There's Samson Tavide once more. Nothing comes of it in the end, but again, good pressure high up the field from Redmont. I'm not sure how much it would do for team morale if we were able to, you know, go deep into this competition, maybe even make a final, maybe even win a trophy. Knowing what I know about EAFC, I'm sure even if we were to win the Carabao Cup and stay in the Premier League, I'm sure the board still wouldn't be happy with that. Samson Tavide on his right foot brings it down from his left. Great save from Onana. And I think it's a free kick to Manchester United in the end. Two incredible saves back to back from Onana there. Samson Tavide brought it down on his right foot, hit it with his left, and then the goalkeeper was back up immediately to make a second save. Tavide pressing high, forces the ball out for a throw-in. Excellent play from Tavide. He's had a great game so far. Josh Sargent with the ball at his feet just backheels it to Jamie Shackleton. Drives towards the Manchester United box. Pulls it back. Caceres was there. Cut out by the Manchester United defence though. I'm not sure if we've scored with Caceres Jr. yet. I think he has scored in simulation. I don't think we've scored with him. Just trying to be a little bit too fancy there once we won the ball back with Josh Sargent, trying to lift the ball up to Caceres and just, you know, circumnavigate that Manchester United defender. Should have played a more simple pass though. Ooh, Caceres Jr. lunges in but misreads what the Manchester United man had in store. So sitting a little bit deeper now in this defensive game plan. Yet still we allow Manchester United in behind. Jamie Shackleton comes across to try and deal with it, hits the near post. We allow players into those areas far too easily, and we continue to do it. We never learn our lesson. It is so difficult to deal with them down in those areas though. You don't want to put a challenge in because it's so easy to give away a penalty there. Josh Sargent nicks it away, comes away with it on this right hand side. It's going to take more than that to slow Josh Sargent down. Samson Tavide now, and he's got players over, takes it by himself, pulls it back across goal, and I think it was actually intercepted by the Manchester United defender. Jesse Cartwright, cool, calm, composed, takes the ball down and flips it wide to Alex Petit. That's incredibly mature play from the youngster. Burke Rieser. Jesse Cartwright once more. Josh Key is over. So is Caleb Taylor. Josh Key again. 5 minutes to go until half-time. We have a 1-goal lead at Old Trafford against Manchester United in the quarterfinals of the Carabao Cup. Samson Davide wants it again. It's actually Caceres Jr. who challenges this time. Alex Lowry picks it up. He's going to cross with his right foot. Looks like Caceres Jr. might be injured. Jamie Shackleton strikes towards goal, and it's actually blocked by a Manchester United man and out for a corner. Caceres Jr. skips fairly carefree over to take the corner, but I think he has picked up a knock. We can see there that he has. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. Josh Sargent in the near post. Andre Onana beats the ball away. Good save in the end. And we'll try and put it a little further towards the back post this time. And it's Burke Rieser who's actually in there around the penalty spot. Jamie Shackleton nods it off to Caceres Jr. Alex Lowry in a bit of space on the edge. Can't do much with it. And Manchester United come away to try and find one last route to attack as we approach injury time in this first half. There can't be much of it, I wouldn't have thought. Just 2 minutes of added time. So 2 minutes to hang on. We're still in that defensive game plan. Good challenge. Release the ball, but not quickly enough. And the referee's got to blow his whistle. 2 minutes have gone now, surely. Manchester United going to get one last chance to find an opening. Not if Burke Rieser has anything to say about it. So half-time. Redmont Rangers 1, Manchester United 0. Surprising scoreline at the half. Redmont Rangers fans who have made their way across to Manchester. Not a particularly long journey from the northeast. Up in the rafters there, enjoying what they've seen from their side so far. Manchester United have edged possession. They've edged passes attempted, but it has been an incredibly close game. I think we might need to make some changes at half-time, you know. What I'm going to do is push Alex Petit up to left midfield. Kieran Trippier is going to come in at left back. And Caceres Jr. is going to come off for Matthew Garbett, I believe. Yeah, let's go with Matthew Garbett for now. And then potentially Lewis Baker will also make an appearance in this second half at some point. I'm somewhat tempted to go into our 3-1-4-2 again for a period at the beginning of this second half. That, I think, will take some rearranging of players. And it will mean Alex Petit playing centre midfield, which we are, of course, fine with. I'm not too sure if I do want to commit to that, though. I think I will. Jadon Sancho coming on for Manchester United here. So I think I will, just while the ball is in a safe position, just make sure we have players. So it's just Trippier. Oh, that means Trippier is going to be out at left midfield, though, and that's a recipe for disaster. So it might be Trippier that has to play centre midfield, which is not ideal by any means, unless he plays CDM. Kieran Trippier is going to play CDM for us. Oh, no. Now I've pressed B too many times. It's a great ball in the end, though, from Jesse Cartwright. So Kieran Trippier at CDM. Alex Petit out on the left-hand side. We are going to see how we go in the 3-1-4-2. However, I think before too long we'll find ourselves slipping back into that defensive game plan. I really don't want to concede. And yet again, Manchester United get in. That's the one thing that I can't defend against. And Manchester United do go short. Josh Sargent is there along with Alex Petit to close it down. Good intervention from Bert Grieser. Alex Petit comes away with it. Josh Sargent is ahead on that left-hand side, and Jamie Shackleton's made a good run into the channel. He's not going to get there. It was a good run. It's just not the area of the field that we want Jamie Shackleton to be in, really. This is more the area of the field that we'd like him. Jesse Cartwright just clears, looking for Josh Key on the right-hand side. It's just a little bit too frantic. I don't like this. It's just a little bit too frantic. I felt much more secure, much safer in that 5-4-1, so I think we are just going to sit back in that. Kieran Trippier will come to left wing back. Alex Petit will play left wing or left midfield ahead of him. Tavide will be the lone striker up front, and Josh Sargent will come back out to this right-hand side. Lots of space on that left-hand side if we can find Alex Petit. Tries to knock it back to Kieran Trippier or Matthew Garbett, who was also in the area. But Manchester United have the ball again. I think it's going to be a lot of Manchester United possession in this second half. And I think it's going to be a lot of Redmont Rangers defending. Josh Key unable to get the business done there, though. Manchester United with Rasmus Højlund try and fashion a chance. They give the ball away, though. Alex Petit with a good run, but Samson Tavide is going to keep hold of it. That's the safer option. Alex Petit now inside him. And a bit of pressure high. Not enough to force Manchester United into a mistake, though. And Jamie Shackleton trying to win the ball back in midfield, alongside Kieran Trippier, who continues to find himself in a midfield position. So potentially we have to make another slight adjustment to the shape and the personnel. Great ball from Josh Sargent. Goes out for a corner. We're just going to make a couple more changes here. Trippier is in the wrong position, so Jamie Shackleton is going to stay on the field for now. Dane Scarlett's going to come on for Tavide. Brendan Clark is going to come on for Josh Sargent. And Lewis Baker will make an appearance later in the game for Jamie Shackleton. Another change for Manchester United as well. Alex Petit to put the corner in from the right-hand side. Cleared by Manchester United, but struck on the left foot by Kieran Trippier, and Manchester United are away. Josh Key is back in position to defend and just holds up the play so that Bert Grieser and Jesse Cartwright can get in position, but Josh Key actually doesn't need them. Does a fantastic job there. Just delayed the Manchester United counter-attack and put the challenge in himself, and then just allowed Jesse Cartwright to clear the danger. Good challenge from Kieran Trippier, and finally we win a tackle down in that area of the field. Kieran Trippier skipping away from Manchester United challengers, spreads the ball wide to Brendan Clark. That's fantastic play from our left back. Dane Scarlett can't quite bring the ball under his control. And there's about 25 minutes left to go in the game. Injury time not included. So maybe half an hour total. And we continue to possess a one-goal lead at Old Trafford. A place in the semi-final is up for grabs here. Haven't heard anything from the other fixtures, but there are some not so difficult opponents that could potentially be lying in wait for us in the semis. Burnley a potential opponent, Swansea City a potential opponent, even Everton wouldn't be so bad. Good ball up towards Matthew Garbett. Dane Scarlett's in a good position. That's got to be handball. There's no real advantage there, especially where Matthew Garbett puts the ball straight out of play. I would have preferred a free kick in that position, without doubt. Onana under pressure from Scarlett and Garbett high up the pitch. Brendan Clark comes across. Well worked from Manchester United through the Redmont Rangers press, though. Josh Key once more is there to deal with it. He's defended better today, Josh Key. He's not had a particularly good season so far, particularly from a defensive perspective. So it's good to see him having a good game here against difficult opposition. Dane Scarlett with a nice little touch away from the Manchester United defenders. Alex Petit is outside him, and Dane Scarlett takes it on himself, strikes across the face of goal, but Onana makes a good save. Dane Scarlett picks the ball back up in a dangerous position, though. Lays it off on the edge of the box to Jamie Shackleton. A green time shot, but it's blocked. I hate when green time shots are blocked by defenders. I want to at least get a chance for the time shot to go in. But good positioning from the Manchester United defenders on that occasion. Kieran Trippier beaten initially. Can't win the ball the second time of asking either. But Risa forces it wide, makes a good attempt at a challenge there, but can't quite take the ball away. Matthew Garbutt comes across to slow the Manchester United attack down. Jadon Sancho in a good position, though. What a save that is from Alexander Bobek, and Berk Risa lets him know. That could have been 1-1. Fantastic attempt there from Jadon Sancho, but it's fingertips by the Redmont Rangers goalkeeper. I think that's the best save we've seen of the entire save. So another corner here for Manchester United. They again take it short. Alex Petit is there to steal the ball away, though, and he can come away with it. Garnacho is there for company, and he's fairly quick, Garnacho. So is the Manchester United right back. But Alex Petit just holds on to the ball. Don't need to do anything silly, but Alex Petit too slow, too conservative there. He should have released the ball earlier. I mean, it was the right idea from the youngster. Just hold on to it. Just retain possession. What a challenge that is from Kieran Trippier. And the linesman puts his flag up. The referee happy to wave play on, but the linesman waves his flag, insists that it's a foul. And I saw nothing there except another really good challenge from Kieran Trippier. Lifts the ball up towards Alex Petit. Competes but cannot bring it down. 10 minutes to go. Really want to win this game now. We've come this far. Let's hold on and make sure that we don't hand a result to Manchester United. Dane Scarlett also competes, also unable to bring it down. Good tracking back from Jamie Shackleton, and he comes away with the ball. That's incredible play from Jamie Shackleton. Alex Petit is in behind and he's onside. Dane Scarlett is with him. Pulls it back towards Dane Scarlett, and it's just an inch or two ahead of the striker. Potentially could have been a second goal for Redmont there. Josh Key takes it down into a good area. Can he get a cross in? He can't quite. I was caught in two minds there. Do we try and put a cross in, or do we just take it into the corner? Diogo Jota coming on for Rasmus Højlund. I think we're going to make our last change of the game as well. Jamie Shackleton has played unbelievably well today, but fresh legs in the last 10 minutes or so, I think, is going to be the right option. So Lewis Baker will come on for Jamie Shackleton. It's been a really good team performance, and we do need performances from the bench as well as from the first team just to see this out. So Lewis Baker comes on, and we force Manchester United to put the ball out of play for a throw-in. Berk Risa with the ball at his feet. Jesse Cartwright. Kieran Trippier's out on the left-hand side. Caleb Taylor's out on the right in space. Josh Key just up ahead of him. I think now I am more open to taking it into the corner, but we don't even get there because we're hacked down from behind. And we'll take that. If we can get a player in short here, which it doesn't look like we can. I just want a short option. I mean, I might just have to tap it with the second kick taker, and we'll take it into the corner. Brendan Clark just trying to hold it up. Josh Key is there as well. So is Dane Scarlett. Got lots of players over here. Working it backwards now. Caleb Taylor. Jesse Cartwright. Burke Reese is over. This is actually Kieran Trippier. And maybe we can work it into the left corner. Alex Petit finds himself with the ball at his feet. Drives towards the box. The angle is cut off though, so we will just hold it. Garbutt takes up a good position. Manages to hold on to the ball again. Jesse Cartwright. Burke Reese. Kieran Trippier doesn't read it. Simple pass there. We should still have possession and we've gifted it back to Manchester United. We do have them pinned back in a less than dangerous position, so we can prevent them from working the ball forwards. Perhaps we can just see out the last couple of minutes of this game. We have forced it back into the Manchester United half. Dane Scarlett, Brendan Clark pressing high. Lewis Baker's there to meet the Manchester United centre-back as he steps up. Diogo Jota on the ball now. And they work it down this right-hand side. Kieran Trippier puts in the challenge, just lofts it forward. 3 minutes of injury time, 2 of which have elapsed. 2.5 of which really have elapsed. So Nana on the ball now. Dane Scarlett piling on the pressure. 3 minutes have gone. The referee's whistle does sound, and it's 1-0 Redmont Rangers, and we progress through to the semi-finals of the Carabao Cup. We do manage to get the revenge that we were so desperate for. A 4-0 defeat at the hands of Manchester United last time we visit Old Trafford. And today it's a very, very different story. Samson Tavide with the goal that makes the difference. And it is Redmont Rangers who will progress to the semi-finals of the Carabao Cup with a chance at a trophy in our first season in the Premiership. We'll have to see who awaits us in the semi-final. We actually end up with more shots than Manchester United, even though they edge possession and passes attempted. 2-2 between Arsenal and Spurs. Swansea City defeat Everton to progress. So you would say 2 upsets there among the 4 fixtures. Redmont progress, Swansea City progress. Arsenal were through on penalties, and Aston Villa also through on penalties. So we'll have to see which of those 3 other teams we end up being paired with. Obviously, I'm really, really hoping that it's Swansea City. Caceres Jr. out for 5 days. We can deal with that. I wouldn't like Arsenal. I wouldn't particularly like Aston Villa. I think we can handle Swansea. So, couple offers for Alex Lowry then. One from Brentford, one from Burnley. I don't particularly want to accept either of those. I should have accepted the Brighton offer, really. But I didn't realise at that point that Alex Lowry had put in a transfer offer. So, Burke Reese does end up going to Mallorca. We should get at least 4.5 million from that in our transfer budget. And we should get, I would say, about 10 million from... Did that say 4 million? I think that said 4 million for Burke Reese. That's really... I feel like that's gone down. 5.7 million only gets you 4 in the transfer budget. So that takes us up to 11. I think we'll probably get... Let's go about 9 then for Burke Reese. So we should have about 20 million to spend. We do need a replacement centre midfielder and a replacement centre back. What I would like to do then to finish the episode, we've dropped all the way down to 17th, is take a look at the standings. So just 1 place above the relegation zone at the moment. However, things maybe not quite as bad as they seem, because we are 5 points off relegation and we do have a game in hand. So if we can win that, we're 8 points clear. So we're down towards the bottom end of the table without doubt. However, it might not be quite as bad as it seems. Bournemouth down there with us. Sheffield United rock bottom. Wolves and Burnley, Brentford also in danger of being relegated. Nottingham Forest aren't particularly safe at the moment either. I do just want to see who we have in the Carabao Cup as well. Who have we been paired with? We don't get Swansea City. We get probably the most difficult draw in Arsenal. And it looks like it's going to be Arsenal away as well. So let's take a look at the calendar and see, firstly, where that fixture falls and what we're going to be taking on in the next episode. So that fixture is towards the end of January. So it's a 2-leg fixture, of course, in the Carabao Cup semi-final. So do we get to play both legs? We've got Fulham, we've got Wolves, we've got Leeds. We've then got Liverpool, Arsenal, Everton. So the 2 fixtures will fall in 2 different episodes. So we've got the opportunity, if we want to play both of those legs against Arsenal. In the next episode then, we have Fulham in the league, we have Wolves in the league away from home, and then we have Leeds. So 3 fixtures against teams who we're probably going to be fighting with for survival in the Premier League. So Wolves are right down there. I think that has to be the game that we play, just simply because a win over Wolves would be so important for us. Fulham are actually top half, as are Leeds. So they're actually having better seasons than you would expect. So it has to be the Wolves game that we play in the next episode. A win over them would be monumental. A bit of a 6-pointer. We're less than halfway through the season at the moment, just under halfway through the season, but already you would say it's potentially a relegation 6-pointer. So we'll very much look forward to that in the next episode. Thank you for tuning into this one, and as usual, I hope to see you in the next. Take it easy.